From the top of Whitecap, you'll see Mount Katahdin for the first time. And they say that the view from the top of Whitecap is the axe that breaks up the frozen seas within us. And the steely parts of your soul that have been hardened by the long and arduous miles will shatter, and you'll feel the tears rolling down your dirt-streaked face.
We are the Crawfords. We have 6 kids and are hiking the Appalachian Trail, a 2,200-mile hike from Georgia to Maine. We don't know if we can finish it, but we are doing it together.
Alright, getting packed up here. Welcome to Shaw's. Come on in. Okay, this is where we hung out yesterday. Shaw's. Come, eat, sleep, live. Worth every penny spent. Now go take a hike. Alright, I want to show you guys this. This is where we're hiking. This is where we started, down at Springer Mountain, and we have come all the way up here, through North Carolina, through Virginia, West Virginia, Maryland, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, New Hampshire, and now we are right there. And that's how much farther we have to go before the top. Look at all that. We're just packing up here and it's kind of crazy, but just want to share like one little snapshot of a story. Yesterday, we stayed the day here and took a 0, and it was so good. And there's some crazy plans that we have coming up today for this next week that I'm going to tell you guys about in a little bit when we get on the trail. But for now, for here, Fresh Grounds is here, and he's been helping us out like crazy. So I was going to buy his breakfast for the last 2 days. The breakfast here is like $9, and it's like a huge stack of eggs and awesome potatoes and bacon and great coffee with half and half and blueberry pancakes, all you can eat. So we were like, at the very least, going to buy 2 of his breakfasts. And we go up there to pay for them, and the owners of this hostel are like, no, we're paying for them. And I was like, no, we were gonna pay for them. We're like, no, we're paying for them. And then Fresh Grounds walks in, Tim, and he's like, okay, I need to pay for my room, you know. And he didn't even stay in a room, he just stayed in a hammock, but it's like $10 or something. And they were like, no, don't worry about it. We got it covered. And he just walked out of the room and he was just like crying. And it was just like so cool to see this, because here's this guy helping us out, and I'm trying to help him out, but then someone else is helping him out. And it's like, I mean, I'm like crying. He's just walking, he's like sobbing just in the yard. And I was like, it's just so cool to be able to see this out here.
Yeah, I'm Poet. I'm the owner of Shaw's Hiker Hostel, and this is Mr. Finn. The baby, yeah. And one of these days, when these guys get a little older, we'd like to travel all over the world, especially the Southern Hemisphere, given our season, and hike trails with the kids and help them see the world through the trail, and give them the backdoor view of those different cultures and those different societies, so that instead of the tourist view, they get a chance to see see the way that maybe some of these countries really work and these societies really work, and maybe it'll awaken their humanitarian spirits. And also, it's absolutely beautiful in the backcountry as well. Yeah.
Fresh Ground.
Okay, see y'all tomorrow morning. Okay, for breakfast. Okay.
Yep.
Breakfast. I'm doing blueberries in the morning, and I got bananas too. Bananas keep a little better. Blueberries up quicker. So we'll do blueberries and then we'll do bananas. Pancakes every day.
Listen, I haven't told these people about our plan yet. I'm telling them in a little bit.
Okay.
It's going to be a big one. Well, how are you feeling about this week?
I'm excited. I think it's going to be a fun time, don't you? I think we get to end on a happy note, right? Happy.
Let me show them a little peek of it.
Okay, this
just
is
a tiny peek. Don't give them everything.
It's a plan.
Okay. All right. Rainier, time to say goodbye to your friend.
Bye.
From the top of Whitecap, you'll see Mount Katahdin for the first time. And they say that the view from the top of White Cap is the axe that breaks up the frozen seas within us. And the steely parts of your soul that have been hardened by the long and arduous miles will shatter, and you'll feel the tears rolling down your dirt-streaked face.
That's why they call you poet.
Yes. Okay, what we got going on here?
Oh, little hiker party. Oh, is that them?
No!
Dude! Where have you been all our life? What's up, man? Good to see you.
See you?
What has it been? The whites broke us apart.
It did.
No.
Drink your deepest now, for the richest stuff settles in the final swig. So don't let this pass you by. It's the journey of a lifetime, and it's hard to know the way things are when you're in something, but when you're an outsider looking in, which having done it and now looking back, I know is one of the greatest things I ever did in my entire life. And I look back now, I want to do it again. I would do it again, and I know that when I was finishing, I was thinking I'll never do something like this again. So, so just know 2 weeks after you're done, you'll be looking for your next hike.
Final haiku. Thank you,
man.
Good seeing you.
Never heard anybody say we should did it faster, so you guys are doing it right.
Yeah.
You know? And that climb up Katahdin is pretty epic, and even though you're not getting to go all the way to the top, it's going to be beautiful from what you get to see. And I think you're doing it the right way. It's more about the family.
There are no places to obtain supplies or get help until Abel Bridge, 100 miles north. Do not attempt this section unless you have a minimum of 10 days supplies or fresh ground and are fully equipped. This is the longest wilderness section of the entire AT, and its difficulty should not be underestimated. Good hiking.
We are stepping into the 100-mile wilderness. Finally getting out on trail at 10 a.m. The kids have been walking with Rainier for close to half an hour now. You're almost there.
Almost there.
We were just catching up with Culligan from the Degenerates for, man, probably more than half an hour.
You feel such this camaraderie out here. Like, I saw Culligan for the first time in 3 weeks, and I was like, I'm gonna go give him a hug. Like, wow, I miss this guy. You know, it's just there's a few people that kind of know like what you've gone through, and so it was cool just to feel like, oh wow, I miss these guys, and I'm really glad that they're going to be able to hike with us on this last stretch.
Jump.
No.
What do you mean no?
I want to get on this first.
No, your foot's gonna get wet. Just jump.
I can't do that.
Yeah, you can. Step close to the edge. Get your foot all the way as close to the edge as you can. There you go. Don't freak out. Just commit. It's a big step. Go! We just came 3 miles. And we're gonna do lunch at the shelter.
For lunch, we're having tuna and crackers. This last week, when we're hiking, the lunches are gonna be pretty bad. They're pretty much gonna be all the same thing, so get used to hearing this. It's just tuna and crackers, or peanut butter and Nutella wraps or whatever. That's it. And I'm already sick of just thinking about it and carrying it. We're having cannoli chips, which we haven't had till the last time we had them was in Pennsylvania.
Dad, I need and can I
That
take one
Fresh
because
Ground bought and gave to us. I already read this back.
But not in a long time.
Our dads, Angela and Frank, made their first golden cannoli in the back room of our bakery over 45 years ago in Somerville, Massachusetts. Canoe location, blah, 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 blah.
Oh wait, what do you mean this cat doesn't close all the way? I want to tell the story about how we got into this crazy situation with the 100-mile wilderness. So, out of the blue, 4 days ago, Fresh Grounds contacted us. And we'd been in touch a little bit. He'd texted us and tried to find out where we are so he could bring us food. Yesterday, we're sitting there getting ready for the 100-mile wilderness. And the 100-mile wilderness has kind of taken on this larger-than-life, like, mythical thing. Just because it's the longest section on the entire AT where there's no stores or resupply options or even like phone service. So for us, it was like a 6-day, get ready, steel yourself up, pack up food. It's gonna be heavy, but you just like go for it, push to the finish line. And I wasn't too worried about it because we've done 95 miles with no resupply, like for fun. So I was like kind of looking forward to it a little bit. But then yesterday, Fresh Grounds starts talking to Poet about the like options for helping us in the 100-mile wilderness. And we sat down and came up with this plan, and it was just like, it's unreal. Basically, for the next 6 days, we're gonna be slack packed. Every single day besides today, Fresh Grounds is gonna take our packs and make almost every breakfast and dinner for us. And even some lunches. So we went from having to pack almost 5 times 3, 15 meals, to almost packing like 3 or 4 meals. And now instead of eating like crappy dehydrated camp food, eating real food, and went from carrying a ton of weight to almost no weight. I mean, it's just like so wild. And I just feel like this is just like how our trip has been, but still, even after all this time, if you would have asked me 2 weeks ago, what are the chances of you guys going through the 100-mile wilderness without your packs and a personal chef following you around? I'd be like, no, there's no way. It's like 0%, maybe 1%. And now that's our 100-mile wilderness experience. And it's like, I just still can't even believe it. I mean, I was like telling the kids, like, and I was just like almost in tears because like, you guys, this doesn't happen. I can't think of another group that's been more supported through the 100-mile wilderness. You know, other options people are considering is getting a food drop in the middle of it. It costs $80 just to get your own food that you buy dropped off in the middle of the wilderness. And I was like, no, we're not doing that. We're not paying $80 for that. And now we have someone volunteering and paying for the food like himself. Like it's not, we're not even paying, he's, you know, he won't even take money from us. I do believe in God, and I believe God is looking out for us and taking care of us in ways that are beyond our wildest dreams. And this last stretch of trail went from being a fairly, you know, difficult section in a way to being possibly the easiest section we have for the entire trail.
I am super excited for this next section. Kind of like Dada said, I was like sealing myself up for this to be like the last push and our packs to be super heavy, but it would be to the end, and there's that to look forward to. Now I'm like looking forward to the next 5 days, not just like when we're done. Like I can't think of a better way to finish like than this. Yeah, the 100-mile wilderness just sounds like it's supposed to be a wilderness, and we're not doing it that way. So I'm really excited, and I can't really believe it. And I don't know. It's gonna be awesome.
I am really happy about being slack packed and getting to eat meals, like good meals. I didn't even know there was roads. Like I thought the 100-mile wilderness like meant actual wilderness, but apparently there is roads. It's just really hard to get out of the wilderness, like closest place, I don't know.
I remember a couple days ago, I told my mom that for the last, maybe like around week, I'd want to do one hard day where we had to like carry all our food and eat crappy food and whatever. And then the rest of it I'd want to slack pack. And it was like kind of like a joke, like that would be really nice. And it's actually like happening, which is kind of crazy that almost exactly what I said is happening.
Ever since we've been slack packing, I'd be like, oh, this is gonna be over just like that. And now when it's over just like that, we're gonna be done. So I'm super excited for this experience. And I think that Fresh Ground is the best person to do that for us. He's like super helpful. He knows everything that we like, and he's super funny.
I like that food.
Like Fresh Ground making you food? Yeah.
Is it like knowing that you don't have to carry your pack for the last little bit and that Fresh Ground's making us a lot of meals?
It feels really nice because I wasn't really looking forward to this at all. And like, he just said he would do all this stuff for us, and it's really nice to do that.
And we've been hanging out with Fresh Ground for like the last couple days, and it's been really fun. He's really funny, and he just, yeah, and like some other kids said, he like will ask us what we want to eat at the next meal with him, and that's just so awesome and fun. Yeah, everyone really likes him. I'm pretty floored at what has happened. I struggle with just worrying about where are we gonna stay for the night. Like, I hate it when we don't know where we're gonna stay for the night. We know, we have it all mapped out. We know exactly where we're staying every single night, so I don't even have to think about it much. And then I also worry about us all getting too skinny and not having enough food. And to know that we're getting 13 meals that is real food, and it's gonna be a lot of food. Like, we're gonna be full a good portion of when we hike. We're just gonna be full, and we're not gonna be at a deficit. That's so, it's actually really, I just feel like God's trying to teach me, like, I'm gonna take care of you. You don't have to worry about this stuff all the time, Cammie. And because he has, like, every single step of the way, he has. And this is just another reminder of that in a big way. So I'm really thankful for Fresh Ground and for just God doing his thing here. 22, 21. We're doing a countdown for people who want Sour Patch Kids. They need to be out here in 30 seconds. Here, you gotta get it here. 19, 17, 11. Oh, you got a tiny one. No. I'll get on it right now. Here. I got it. 2, 1. No, you gotta give me something then. Okay, alright.
Alright, hang on, we're turning this off. Wow, look at that island.
We're taking a break over here. The kids are already here. Ben and I are just rolling up. It's really humid today, but there is a breeze, which is nice. I think we've gone, I don't even know, 6 or 7 miles. We're about halfway through our day.
Are we staying in houses? No, not tonight. We're staying in a tent tonight. Did you know what?
What?
In 7 days.
7 days?
Did you know we're gonna be all done walking?
I and see how many Papa.
That's right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What do you want?
Gatorade.
Oh, Gatorade?
Yeah.
Is Mama making some Gatorade?
Yes. For me and Filia.
For you and Filia? Oh, you think so?
Okay, that's good.
Bye, Rainier! Oh, Cammie's getting her shorts wet. 7 already fell in. Here we go. Well, it's not that cold. The current's moving pretty quick over there, and it's kind of deep though.
Ben needs to make another trip across to get Filia. And 7 is getting Filia's backpack right there. And you. Rainier's upset that I didn't give him all of my crackers. I only gave him 1 to start with. It's okay.
We have come 14.3 miles. I'm not quite sure how this always happens that we end up hiking at night. Actually, I am kind of sure. You know those fish that fit into, they grow into the size of the aquarium, of whatever size aquarium you buy, like they get bigger? We're like that with our schedule. So we don't have like a super hard day today, but if we have a lot of time, we like always use it for some reason. And then we always end up like rushed at the end. So the thing that's a little precarious is we have our 3rd and final river crossing up here, which you can hear coming up. We're gonna be doing it in the dark. Not sure how that's gonna go.
I think we should have either got here earlier or wait till morning. There was a good camp spot, few steps back that way. But people don't feel like taking their shoes off in the morning or something, I don't know, but we're doing it now. I think we're gonna camp just on the other side though.
It doesn't look very deep. There's the other side over there. Dove's almost across with the baby. Alright, here we go. Oh, that is kind of cold.
That seemed really short and it seems like we should be able to build a bridge over it.
Alright, look who is all tuckered out from a very long day. We're gonna have to wake him up for dinner. Alright, we got a tent going over there. A tent going here somewhere. Memory, you gonna go get water? We're really close to that stream we just crossed.
We did 14.4 miles today. For dinner, we're having macaroni and cheese. And this is, if everything goes as planned, this is gonna be the last day we aren't slack packing. And this might be the last time I cook dinner. I'm really looking forward to these next 5 days. And yeah, I think it's a really awesome way to finish off